and welcome to Cmctv Talent. My name is Daniela Pregosa.
And I am Bosco da Costa. Today's talent is actually a band, a group of queer East Asian friends who came together to form a rock band. Stay tuned for more.
Welcome to Cmctv Talent. Today, we have a diverse crew that came together because they had a few things in common. First things first, they're all Asian, and they also queer and madly in love with music.
They formed a band to talk about their own experience here in Canada and all the sorrows and joys involved in living in the great city of Toronto. Please welcome to the stage, Cutsleeve! Wow!
It's amazing, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
So powerful and so strong. Cutsleeve, guys!
Thank you.
So my first question for you is, how did you come together as a band?
It's a better question. I guess it is a better question for me. Yeah, when I was 18, I was looking for people to play with because I had a really hard time in high school finding people to play with. Just feeling very othered, feeling like I wasn't good enough to play with people. And a friend of mine from high school was interviewing me for an exhibit called Invisible Footprints, which was showcasing queer Asian history in Toronto. And I had sort of mentioned offhand that I would love to be in a band with other like-minded folks. And Hillary actually ended up coming to the exhibition with a few of our old bandmates. And that's sort of how we started. And then, you know, people came, people went, and this is how we sort of ended up in our current formation.
That's wonderful. Would you guys like to share with us your backgrounds, where are you guys from, so that we have an overview about it?
Sure, yeah. I grew up in Toronto, but I also lived in Shanghai for a few years. My mom is Chinese. My dad is white Canadian.
Multiculturality here.
Very Canadian.
I was born in Southeast Asia. I moved here when I was 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was actually born in the States, and then I moved up here when I was very young. And my mother is Japanese, my father's Canadian, so we moved back to my dad's home country. But we always like to visit my mom's hometown when we get the chance.
I was born here and grew up in Toronto my whole life. I'm culturally, my family's Chinese, but I'm third generation, so I grew up in an English-speaking household.
Amazing. And the question that I have for you now is actually the name of the band. What does it mean, Cutsleeve?
Why Cutsleeve?
Oh, well, this is actually Hillary's story, but I can tell it. We were sort of sitting on the floor. I think coming up with the band name was probably one of the hardest things that comes when it gets started, because you're like, there's so many different names that we could go with. And we were sort of looking through old stories, queer history, specifically in Asia, and there's this one story about an emperor who was sleeping with his lover, who was a man, and he had like this really expensive silk robe on, and they were taking a nap, but then he got called away for whatever reason, for war or something like that, whatever emperors do. And rather than wake his lover up, he decided to cut his sleeve off.
Wow.
So it was sort of a romantic gesture, and it's sort of used as a euphemism in Chinese culture for homosexuality. Yeah.
Interesting. Love it.
It's really
I love
interesting. Me too.
Yeah, and relates, of course, with who you are and your background. It's amazing. I love it.
And when it comes to the creative process, how do you guys come together? As a group, individually, or individually, and then you guys gather and share?
A little bit of all, actually. Like one of the things that we try to do is like songwriting is as collaborative as possible. So usually like one or two of us come up with like a basic, I guess, like melody or lyrics or chords or something, some bass line thing, and then we come together and we workshop it, and we see all the different parts. We're like, oh, let's try this or try that.
You guys are all involved in the creative process.
We're all involved in it, yeah. Okay. And so all the songs that we sing, certain songs could have lyrics written by one member of the band, other songs have lyrics written by other band, other members of the band, and yeah.
So historically, rock has been a little bit hostile towards women and also the non-white. As an East Asian queer group, how do you think you're helping to change that scenario?
I think like one of the reasons we came together as a band, like that Leanne wanted to form a band in the first place, was because there wasn't spaces that we were accepted by people. We were kind of like, before we could even play, people would just assume that, you know, what we would sound like or what kind of music that we liked.
Just because you guys are females.
Just because we're East Asian and, you know, we're like it's just there's a lot of like first assumptions, I guess, when it comes to like rock music. You don't really think about us. And then when we first started, we were like, oh, it's so great, like we're like, you know, playing music, like representing like us. We don't know any other rock bands that are, you know, all East Asian, are queer, you know, are not men. And
100%.
But then as we started playing, we like just found more and more artists, and there are actually so many amazing, talented, like East Asian artists in North America, queer artists who are playing rock music, and more now. Every year we find more people, and we sort of, you know, have been really inspired to just like learn from each other, you know, and also just like we feel really supported by our community.
And I'm sure you guys are also inspiring other women to do the same thing, right?
I think so. What do you think?
I'm 100%
I hope
sure.
so.
I hope so. Is
I'm
what I was
100%
gonna say.
Not only women, but also queer musicians.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even like going to our shows, it usually feels like a very safe space, just because you look in the crowd and you're like, wow, I've never been in a crowd like that before, and sorry, wow, I've never been in a crowd like that before, and just feels like there's so much love at our shows. It's not even just the music; it's just being with people that you feel supported by. Yeah.
So Cutsleeve, thank you so much for coming, but don't go anywhere because right after the break, we have more music.
That's it. Stay tuned. And welcome back to CMCTV Talent.
Yeah, for sure. And now we have more Cutsleeve with their new song, Stew.
You can taste it on your fingers, feel it on your face. You wanna hide away, feel her eyes embrace. Why did I do that? Why am I like this? How can I escape? Why did I do that? Why am I like this? How can I escape? Can't forget what I've done. Spiraling, I'm trying to run. Can't remember what I've done. How we exist. Maybe I'm too tired to resist. Shame, you know they're there watching. What can you do? Shame, you're not in the bullshit, so why stew? Why did I do that? Why am I like this? How can I escape? Why did I do that? Why am I like this? How can I escape? Can't forget what I've done. I'm spiraling, I'm trying to run. Can't remember what I've done. How we exist, how we exist. Can't remember what I've done. I'm spiraling, I'm trying to run. Can't remember what I've done. How we exist. Maybe I'm too tired to resist. Why do I need to justify my actions? gone wild. I engulf your ideals, erase me from your world.
Wow, guys, it was amazing. Did you felt that?
Yeah, very powerful song. But now we have a segment here, CMCTV Talent, called The Mystery Box! So the concept behind mystery boxes is actually very simple. We have a box full of words, and you're gonna, pick one up and define that word for us. What that word, means to you. So, do you want to go first?
Sure.
All right. So here we go.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Shake,
Don't
shake.
look. Don't look.
All right.
All right. So the first word is.
The first
All
word
right.
is
So let me show it to the camera.
Career.
It's career. What
That's
does it
right.
mean to you?
That is such a hard question. Dictionary definition is no, I'm kidding. I think the career is what you make it, what you want to do with your life that gives you purpose, and it can make you money or it cannot make you money. I think that it doesn't necessarily have to. Career, for me, anyways, and maybe I'm speaking for half of the rest of the band here, but it's. I think we wouldn't want to be doing something that we don't love.
Something that doesn't give you purpose and
Yeah.
meaning in life. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
One more. Yeah.
Family.
All right. Family.
That's
Family.
That's a hard one.
Is it hard? Okay, let's see.
I think family can mean many things to many people. It can be your, your related family. It can be your chosen family, your friends, the people that you find community with.
Can be your band,
It can be
right?
a band, and I'll say on live TV that I found family in this band.
That's
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's
beautiful,
beautiful.
beautiful.
I feel like we all feel a little bit of the same way too.
I hope that remains forever.
I hope so too. Yeah. Do you
And we
wanna-
can see that connection on stage. You
100%.
sure look like a family.
100%.
we look like a family photo right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Do a family photo on that
Yes.
camera over there. Yeah. All right. So, do you want to add something?
Family, I love you guys. That's all.
Oh, that's beautiful. The last one.
The last one.
And
The
that's
last
it.
one.
All right.
Victory.
Victory,
So, show it to the
guys.
camera. Victory is the last word.
We got a grant from Vivek Shreya, who is
That's
a
awesome.
Calgary artist, writer, lecturer, and I think that motivated us and financially and
Of course.
emotionally to start our first EP, our debut EP, and we got the giant check, and we were like,
Well, congratulations.
Rock and roll.
yeah, it felt pretty victorious, and yeah, all of our love to Vivek, yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So, don't go anywhere because right after the break, we have more Cutsleeve.
Stay with us. And welcome back to CMCTV Talent.
And before Cutsleeve play their last song, let me ask them, how can our audience find you? Is there a website, Instagram, anything, where they can listen to your music?
Feel free to share.
We have all of that and more. Our Instagram is just at Cutsleeve. Our website is cutsleeveband.com. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp. We're not on Amazon Music. Yeah, we also have TikTok that's never updated. And
Okay.
yeah, but Instagram is definitely
So
the best way to
mostly
find us.
Instagram.
Instagram is definitely the best way to
Perfect.
find us. And YouTube for a music video. We had a music video for Stu, our other song that we played.
And they look beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
watched the
Thank you.
videos,
Me
I
too.
watched the clips, they're beautiful.
Beautiful. You guys are.
Cutsleeve, thank you so much for coming. I personally had a blast.
I had a great time too.
Yeah,
Did
for
you guys
sure.
have a good time? It was an
Yeah, we
amazing
loved
pleasure
it.
to have you guys.
Thank you for having us.
See you next week. And this is Cutsleeve.
Cutsleeve.
get you out of my head. I can't make that place in my bed. And someone is waiting for me, waiting for me. You shatter me. Yeah, you shatter me. You shatter me. Shatter me. Dig me a hole in the stars and carry your eyes to my heart. And someone is waiting for me, waiting for me. You got me under a spell. I can't seem to shake off your smell. And someone is waiting for me.